I never want to see Anthony Yarde and Lyndon Arthur fight again. I hope that Anthony Yarde wins so it can be 2-1 and it just be over. We learned nothing from them fighting a third time. Here as the chief support before the main event, Chris Eubank Jr. taking on Conor Benn. By the way, I don't know how people didn't see this coming. I saw it coming because, for one, he was doing a lot of media, like that bullshit badge. He tried to hide it, but I see it. You know, he was doing a lot of media, and this is the first time in a really long time where, like, I was immersed in media content. I'm talking about some, you know, probably a couple of hours of Eubank Jr. interviews on all platforms. So he was letting some hints out that his father was going to be there. So I you know, and also, if you know who Eubank Sr. is, he's one of the first UK fighters I stumbled on from an old tape years ago of him fighting Nigel Benn in the first fight. My grandfather had like these old tapes, and anyway, long story short, he's a showman, so I knew he wasn't going to let it spill, the beans spill, that he was going to be there until, you know, fight night. But anyway, I'm interested to see how this goes. I think Anthony Yarde edged it out. Both of these fighters, both 33, both had title shots against the former and current undisputed champion. For example, Lyndon Arthur fought Dmitry Bivol before he was undisputed, and Artur Beterbiev beat up Anthony Yarde. So when you look at that 175-pound division, it's pretty top heavy. We're going to listen to the cards in a minute. They're about to read them. And it's a steep fall off. So when you got guys like Lyndon Arthur, who I think should fight if he loses, or the winner should fight Ben Whitaker. You know, let's listen in. Take your time out.
12 rounds of boxing. We go to the judges' scorecards. Judge John Latham scores it 115 to 113. And both judges, Leszek Jankowiak and Giuseppe Quartarone, are in agreement. They both score it the same, 116 to 112. Okay. All in favor of your winner by unanimous decision. And now the WBA Intercontinental Light Heavyweight Champion, Anthony.
All right, cool.
From the East.
So, I don't know why, but we haven't been getting no post-fight interviews. Doggone it. My microphone was muted that whole time. Well, anyway, I was saying the division is really top heavy. And I don't see David Benavidez. I mean, I don't see Anthony Yarde beating David Benavidez. I don't see him beating Dmitry Bivol. And the Conor Smith, even before his resurgence, his last fight, I would over Buatsi, I would pick him to beat Anthony Yarde as well. So when you look, the division, as I've explained, if you didn't hear me because I was muted, it's top heavy. Ain't nothing there. You know what, Conor Wallace? So, you know, as I was saying, once again, before I was muted, is that, by the way, look at the scenes at the arena. This is before the main event. I see Anthony Yarde and his team being the type of team that they'll go fight two, you know, like bullshit fights before they fight somebody like a Buatsi or a Ben Whitaker or something like that. But at this time, at his age, is no like bullshitting around. Like, who is it going to be? Like, it's either going to be Zach Parker, Conor Wallace, Joshua Buatsi. Fuck it. I mean, would they do Volzdik? I doubt it. You know, Whitaker, you know, they would try to build that up. You know, or does he go the route of fighting Liam Cameron? Like that, like Anthony Yarde been moving like that. And remember, he didn't look good in his last fight. But anyway, with that being said, I apologize if this video has a clip or some missing information. That's because I had to edit out a certain portion because my microphone was muted. And the main event's about to start. Really hyped for that. So far, I am going to rate this card. It's still at a C. And I'm talking about entertainment value. CBS branded Glanton, slug it out type of fight, grueling, grind it out type of fight. Siobhan Clark versus Vidal Riley. Pretty much Clark got outclassed, outboxed. Billam-Smith, Aaron McKenna. Aaron McKenna made Billam-Smith look old and washed, like nearly a shutout. Dropped him in the last round. And then Anthony Yarde and Lyndon Arthur didn't really live up to anything of note. So the replay value on all of these fights are pretty low. The only fight that would have some replay value to me is McKenna versus Billam-Smith, just to be like, okay, McKenna's really good, just to scouting. Besides that, ain't nothing really there for me. So let's see how the main event turns out. T Street Controversy with Fight View 360. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe.